My name is Muhammad Ilham. I'm from 5X BME1. Today I will present to you guys about the future of supersonic. Is the future of air travel supersonic? What is supersonic travel, you might ask? Well, it's not a new technology like Virgin Galactic's and Amazon founder Jeff Bezos' reusable rocket. Supersonic flights aircraft can travel at the speed of faster than the speed of the sound itself. It have been it have been around since the early 1970s, with the SST Concorde being flown by the British Airways and Air France until 2003. According to Reuters, the new startup is aiming at making supersonic air travel accessibility for all, not just for those who can afford an astronomical price to shave off some hours in the air, meaning that us ourselves can fly this type of aircraft one day. Its first plane, the Boom Overture, will one day be able to fly between New York to London in 3.5 hours, while usually on commercial aircraft took about 7 to 8 hours. And between San Francisco to Tokyo, it only took 6 hours, whereas before in a commercial aircraft, it took 11 to 12 hours. Most recently, the startup has gained quite a lot of traction. While its factory will be built in 2022, it has already partnered with United Airlines to provide 15 of its planes for use when they are approved by the FAA. This partnership is created in part to help the airline satisfy its push to become more sustainable, as Boom Supersonic's plane will be operated with completely sustainable fuel with no carbon emission, which is a win-win situation to the earth and the people. According to the company, its fuel will instead use carbon harvested from the atmosphere. When will the first flight be commercialized, you may ask? According to the aerospace startup Boom Supersonic, coming to the airport near you in the future, with its first commercial flight expected by 2029. Blake Scholl, chief executive and founder of Boom Supersonic, told Reuters, "You know, our ultimate goal is high-speed flight for everybody. To make the fastest flight also the most affordable. That is what we are going to see happen here. Supersonic flight is going to displace subsonic flight as the best way for everyone to travel over a long distance. It will begin the test flight on a smaller model of its Overture planes in 2022, which is this year, while to scale planes will begin testing in 2015 for approval by 2029. Back in 2020, during the pandemic, the FAA had begun developing a new regulation and standards for supersonic aircraft, seemingly in preparation for Boom Supersonics and others companies' plane, introducing things like new noise standards, and supersonic planes are known for being loud as they break the sound barrier. There's new regulation apply for any aircraft traveling a maximum of Mach 1.8 or 1.381 miles per hour. It is possible that supersonic air travel will become the main method of air travel in the near future, as more airlines push to become more sustainable and as the demand for faster travel grows, more airlines could partner with Boom Supersonic or other aerospace companies to provide new, greener and faster planes. The BBC recently reported on June 2021 that the American airline United has announced plans to buy 15 new supersonic airlines and to return supersonic speed to aviation in the year 2029. The aircraft they are planning to procure are to be produced by Boom, a Denver-based company. Next, the capacity of supersonic aircraft. Boom, which is the name of company, with its plan for a 40 to 50 passenger airline, touts its plan to use of biofuel like sustainable energy aviation fuel, as does California Avionics with its 70 passenger jet line. Boston-based Spike Aerospace is focusing on an 18-passenger business jet with a priority technology it claims will keep the sonic boom at the level of vacuum cleaner. It is recently received FAA approval for limited testing of its design over land. Norris Tai, CEO of Exosonic, says before his company produces its airliner, it will move incrementally towards refining its technology with a small research contact it has with the US Air Force. It recently announced plans to develop an Air Force 2.0 supersonic jet for the vice president and cabinet level officials. That helps out our company on the map for supersonic aviation and benefited us by letting us grow, hire people, and do wind tunnel testing. That's been really helpful. He said of the work being done on a supersonic government personnel aircraft. Uh, the conclusion that I've thought of this topic is the technological challenge to commercial supersonic flight can be overcome as long as the development of key technology is continued. Before supersonic flight become a reality, there appear to exist some barrier where they need to overcome first. That's all for me. Thank you and have a good day, ladies and gentlemen.